All right, y'all. We got two new cookies at Walmart, and I got to try them. So we got a Better Goods jumbo size cookie butter stuffed white chocolate chip cookies, and we have Pillsbury big cookies, brown butter chocolate chip cookies. I love cookies. Got my cup of milk. We're gonna go in for the Better Goods first. Look at that. See, this is what I think about when I think about cookies. I think about soft cookies like this, that light brown overall color, chocolate chips, buttery, gooey, soft. And y'all already know how cookie butter is. You think about Biscoff. Oh my God. I don't need these super gimmicky desserts and snacks and all that kind of stuff. Some people might think that's not nothing simple. It's a step above simple. A little bit more complexity to it because you have a stuffed cookie and using cookie butter inside of a cookie with white chocolate chips. Ten out of 10. I don't care. 10 out of 10. I want y'all to take a good look at this. Buy this now. Seriously. Like Oreos and all that stuff is cool, but it ain't messing with this, man. Like I said, 10 out of 10 because what the hell. But now we got the big cookie Pillsbury. Pillsbury is mixed results for me, but we're going to see what this one's hitting on. Man, stop playing with me. I got a suit that I need to get ready for, so I can't be going ham with these cookies, but I'm gonna tell you, I like the Better Goods one better. You really can't beat cookie butter. That's like one of the most elite flavors ever. But this is more in line with the cookie that Buffalo Wild Wings sells. Homemade from scratch is cool too. I'm not gonna ever knock that, bro. But we gotta be honest with ourselves. Sometimes you just don't want to have to do all that extra work. I already did a lot of work cooking, and most of the work came in trying to get that Chardonnay bottle open. It was a disaster, but I got it. But man, for real though, bro, like you might want to have to sit there and cook, try to hurry, make sure everything's right, trying to play stuff up, trying to make it look somewhat presentable and stuff. Then turn around and you have to make cookies and you're making that from scratch. Nah. With some assistance, yeah. But yeah, this is like a little bit of a thinner cookie compared to the Better Goods one, but the Better Goods one is jumbo. Basically, you're comparing a McDonald's quarter pounder, to a Burger King Whopper, baby. Here's the best way I can describe these cookies. These are so good. I don't want to share. Let me tell you something. Out of all the different kinds like baked good desserts and things that exist in the world, a soft baked cookie is by far my absolute most favorite thing of all of them. Brownies, in most cases, is usually runner up by number 2 or number 3. And even though there's obviously a very popular version where you combine a cookie and a brownie together, even then, sometimes just a cookie by itself, if it's done right, you really can't beat. This has a little bit more of like a slight crispier edge to it. A lot of people might like that. I like it, but I like more soft and gooey throughout, right? Man, I would share the Pillsbury one, but I'm definitely not sharing the Better Goods. I love you, Swanee, but I don't even think I'd share with you. Let me stop lying. Let me stop lying. It's my baby. You know I share with her. But, man, I've been a very good boy today. You know? So I'm going to treat myself to another cookie. Back to the Better Goods. Okay, so this one definitely has a little bit more of like a crispier edge going on with it too. But y'all know, y'all see that little wet spot in the middle? That's the cookie butter. That's where all the O comes from. I'm gonna say that. So dessert videos and stuff like this don't ever really do well on my channel, but I was just gonna make it short and call it a day. But I needed for this to kind of marinate. I don't want to do like a little quick kind of explanation, you know. So man, talk about a wonderful situation. Fire dinner, one of the best I've ever made, and then you got fire dessert. Like I said, I know a lot of people.
I don't need these. These are pre-made little cookies I made mine from scratch.
But these be the same people who eat Oreos, Chips Ahoy, you know, Keebler and stuff like that. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, unless you only eating cookies if you make it from scratch, shut your mouth. But people like me, we don't care. We eat, we're gonna like it, we're gonna enjoy it. Like I said, sometimes you don't want to have to sit there and put all that extra work into making stuff from scratch. Your sauce from scratch. You went out and you hunted an animal, you made all that from scratch and stuff, and made noodles from scratch, and you made your cup from scratch, you pour your drink. It's not that serious. It's a cool skill to have. It's great to be able to have the ability to do those kind of things. And if you got the time and you got the money, whatever, of course. But I'm not gonna ever forget the people who don't want to do that or can't do that, right? They'll take refrigerator section cookie and go at home and bake it as they say per directions on the back and enjoy themselves with a nice glass of milk. And I'm gonna say this because this is how I feel. There's nothing about these that should be frowned upon compared to homemade from scratch. Yeah, you heard what I said. Listen. If you're somebody like me, who loves cookies, you adore cookies, you can enjoy your little store-bought already made cookies or whatever. You know, you get your Oreos, Chips Ahoy, whatever, right? Because a lot of y'all eat them little nasty little iced oatmeal grandpa cookies. I'm dying on the hill and them things is trash. I don't give a damn. I don't. And I'm not trying to convince anybody that those cookies are trash. Stop getting them, don't enjoy them. I'm just telling you I don't like them and they're trash to me. And it's funny to say because people be getting butthurt about that kind of stuff. But in all seriousness, I really don't care what you eat and how you eat it. I think that's part of what the message I'm trying to get across is that there need to be more people to stop trying to dictate what other people eat and how they eat and what they like. Like cooking, for example, there is no rules in cooking. You just make sure that you cook stuff all the way through to a safe, edible temperature, especially if you're going to be feeding other people. You know, make sure that nothing that you're making is poison or anything like that. You ain't getting people sick or worse. So if you want to make a Philly cheesesteak and you want to put peppers and onions on it, even though apparently Philly says it's not authentic or whatever, I'm gonna say this, and I mean this, and not a way to be disrespectful or nothing, but it shouldn't matter at the end of the day. If you go to Philly and all their places that make Philly cheesesteak and things like that, you're not getting it with no peppers and onions, that's whatever. You're in Philly, you're in their place, whatever. But if you're in a different kind of city or area, or you're just making it at home yourself and you're eating yourself, who really gives a damn how you want to eat it? If you want to put peppers and onions and mushrooms and stuff on there, if you want to put jalapenos and freaking spinach in your crap, you can do that because it's yours, you know? Like I really don't understand why it has to be such strong argument and stuff about, oh, it's supposed to be like this and you should do it like this. No, you should just leave people alone and let people do things how they want to do them. You know, because I'm gonna tell you this, I don't care about that. I live in a city called Gretna. It's a small little city or whatever that neighbors cities which also neighbors New Orleans, right? We're considered the West Bank. Gretna, Harvey, West Wego, Marrero, things like that. We claim the New Orleans culture, the food and all that kind of stuff, even though we're not technically New Orleans, right? But if you ask somebody who's not from Louisiana, not from these areas, where we're from, you say Gretna, they ain't gonna know what the hell you're talking about. So we just say New Orleans. But even that being said, you like I said, you can still look at it and say, oh, you're from New Orleans, or you're close enough to that culture in that, you know what I'm saying, city and stuff like that. So gumbo and all that kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying, Mardi Gras stuff should be on your blood. And I've said this plenty of times throughout my channel history, and I'm going to continue to say it because this is who I am. I don't give a shit. All right. I do not care about being from Louisiana or being from a place you consider New Orleans or whatever, or even being black to the point where my identity has to be tied to that. I don't care. It's not that serious. And I'm sorry, I don't. And a lot of people might get butthurt about it, might feel some type of way, and I don't know what to tell you. I'm not trying to convince nobody to think like me or act like me. I'm just telling you that this is how I never cared about that kind of stuff, because that stuff does not define me. I'm defined by the things I like, and it has nothing to do with being black. It has nothing to do with being from where I'm from or whatever the case may be. I like what I like, and I don't like what I don't like, and that's just what it is. Like, it's not part of a concept like, I'm from New York, so I got to be tied down to New York culture. No, you don't. No, you don't. But if that's how a lot of people think and that's how a lot of people move, that's fine. That's cool. I'm not trying to convince nobody. I'm just saying I'm not doing that. That's not me. If I move to another city or another state or another planet, I'm still going to be the same person. There's very little of where I'm from or where I'm at that I take with me as I get older and as I move around or whatever the case may be. And that's just the point I'm trying to make. I'm going to be me regardless of where I'm from. There's definitely a little bit of down south in me and stuff like that, you know, but I don't care like that. I don't care like that. Because some people be trying to force that shit. Like, man, you know, I'm from New Orleans, man, so I gotta talk like that. You hear me? Now I'm saying, baby, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, your baby and all that, man, whatever. And I can see people getting on here and everything. They getting their feelings, talking their trash and everything. And again, like I said, the point is that it's not that deep. If that's how you come, that's how you've been raised, born, whatever the case may be, that's fine. I have these talking points, and sometimes I just want to speak my mind and say my piece. It just is what it is. You don't have to like what I said, because nothing I said is like a world-ending thing. That's another thing. People take bullshit that somebody say on the internet and they want to act like it's the end of the world. There's way bigger problems and stuff to be worried about than worrying about what somebody else said on the internet. You know, I'm not nobody special. I'm just a regular ass dude. You know, just on camera making videos, eating and stuff like that. Whatever. I ain't special. And another thing I can't stand is when a person would try to argue down and make it seem like you think you're special when you don't. You have no idea. And that's the thing that I think people need to understand. I get tired of people trying to tell me, oh, this, that, blah, blah, blah. No, you don't know what you're talking about. So just shut up. All right? You don't know what you're talking about. I do not think I'm more than what I am. I do not think I'm special. I do not think that I deserve special treatment or anything compared to anybody else. I'm not obligated to nothing that anyone else who doesn't work hard or whatever is obligated to. I'm just getting where I fit in my place in life and hope to do the best with what I got. That's it. It's funny how a nice, simple, smooth video of me eating one of my favorite desserts of all time turned into a rant. But sometimes I just be freaking having feelings and thoughts that is the purpose of the second channel. But because I'm not doing that, the shit got to come out some kind of way, right? So that's where it might be at the end of some of these videos. But all in all, man, I love y'all and appreciate y'all so much, man. You know, rocking with me, people who still rock with me and stuff like that. And the people who don't, then it's cool, whatever. But yeah, man, these cookies are fire. Like I said, I recommend them both. Get them. Like I said, the Better Goods, that's a 10 out of 10 off rip. The big cookies for the Pillsbury, they're really good too, but they're not 10 out of 10 in my opinion. They're in the nines for sure. Like I'd say between like a 9.3 and 9.6. But the Better, oh my god, bro, like fire. But cookies is fire. I love them. But that's gonna be it for this video. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Until next time. Peace out.